Welcome to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Saoz back with another one. I hope you're all doing fantastic today because we've got an exciting journey ahead of us. And today we're exploring into the world of Linux. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Linux, isn't that just for servers and hardcore techies? Well, let me tell you, Linux is so much more than that. It's a versatile, powerful operating system that can be used for everything from running your home computer to managing complex enterprise systems. Now, mastering Linux commands is like having superpowers in the digital realm. Imagine being able to control every aspect of your computer with just a few keystrokes. It's not just about efficiency, it's about unlocking a whole new level of potential. We're talking about 60 essential commands that every sysadmin, developer, hacker, or tech enthusiast should have in their arsenal. These commands will help you navigate the file system, manage processes, configure network settings, and so much more. Whether you're troubleshooting an issue or automating a task, these commands are your go-to tools. From navigating directories to managing processes, we've got you covered. We'll start with the basics, like how to list files and change directories, and then move on to more advanced topics like process management and network configuration. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use these commands to make your life easier. So buckle up, grab your terminal, and let's get this Linux party started. Whether you're looking to improve your skills for a job, a project, or just for fun, this video is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of Linux together. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll wonder how you ever got by without these commands. Let's go. First up, the ls command. It's like opening a drawer and seeing everything inside, but for your directories. The ls command lists the content of a folder, including files and directories. Here's the syntax. ls options, directory underscore or underscore path. If you omit the path, the ls command will check the content of your current directory. To list items inside subfolders, add the R option. Meanwhile, use A to show hidden content. Ever get lost in the file system maze? PWD is your GPS. It tells you exactly where you are. To check the full path of your current working directory, use the pwd command. Its syntax is as follows: pwd options. The pwd command has only two options. The L option prints environment variable content, like shortcuts, instead of the actual path of your current location. Meanwhile, AP outputs the exact location. For example, /shortcut/folder is a shortcut for /actual/path, and you are currently in /actual/path/dir. If you use the L option, the output will be /shortcut/folder/dir. Meanwhile, the P option will print the exact canonical path, /actual/path/dir. Now, to move around, we use CD. Think of it as teleporting between folders. Use CD to navigate between directories in your Linux VPS. It doesn't have any option, and the syntax is simple: CD path underscore or underscore directory. Depending on your location, you might only need to specify the parent directory. For example, omit path from path /to/ directory if you're already inside one. The cd command has several shortcuts. Cd returns to the current user's home directory. Cd moves a directory up. Ccd goes back to the previous directory. Chapter 4. Need a new folder? Mkdir is your construction crew building directories with ease. The mkdir command lets you create one or multiple directories. The syntax looks like this: mkdir options directory underscore. Name one directory underscore name two. To create a folder in another location, specify the full path. Otherwise, this command will make the new item in your current working directory. For example, enter the following to create new underscore folder in /path/to/target underscore folder, mkdir path/to/target underscore folder /new underscore folder. By default, mkdir allows the current user to read, write, and execute files in the new folder. You can set custom privileges during the creation by adding the option. To learn more about permission management, read the chmod section below. Chapter 5. Time to demolish those empty folders? rmdir will handle that. No bulldozers needed. Run rmdir to delete empty directories in your Linux system. The command syntax looks like this: rmdir options directory underscore name. The rmdir command won't work if the directory contains subfolders. To force the deletion, add the P option. Note that you must own the item you want to remove or use sudo instead. Chapter 6. Deleting files? RM is your trusty delete key, but be careful, it's permanent. The rm command deletes files from a directory. You must have the right permission for the folder or use sudo. Here's the syntax. rm options. File 1, file 2. You can add the R option to remove a folder and its contents, including subdirectories. Use the I flag to display a confirmation message before the removal, or a F to deactivate it completely. Warning, avoid using R and F unless necessary. Instead, add I option to prevent accidental deletion. Chapter 7. CP command. Need a copy of that file? CP is your go-to. It's like a digital Xerox machine. Use the CP command to copy files from your current directory to another folder. The syntax looks like this. CP file 1, file 2, target_path. You can also use CP to duplicate the content of one file to another using this syntax. If the target is in another location, specify the full path like so. CP source _file /path/ to /target_file. Additionally, CP lets you duplicate a directory and its content to another folder using the R option. CP R /path/ to /folder /target /path/ to /folder_copy. Chapter 8. MV command. Moving or renaming files is a breeze with MV. It's like drag and drop, but way cooler. The main usage of the MV command is to move a file or folder to another location. Here's the syntax. MV file _ directory, target_directory. For example, we will move file 1.txt from another location to the /new/file/directory path using this command mv/original/path/file 1.txt the /target/path. You can also use the MV command to rename files in your Linux system. Here's an example. mv old_name.txt new_name.txt. If you specify the full path, you can simultaneously rename files and move them to a new location like this example. mv old/location / old_name.txt new/path/ for /new_name.txt. Chapter 9. Touch command. Creating an empty file. Touch does it instantly. It's like magic, but for files. Run the touch command to create a new empty file in a specific directory. The syntax is as follows. Touch options. Path _ and _file _name. If you omit the path, the touch command will create a new file in your current working directory. Here's an example. touchfile.txt. Chapter 10. File command. Not sure what type of file you're dealing with? File will tell you. It's like a digital detective. The file command checks a file type such as txt, PDF or other. The syntax is as follows. File _name. If you use this command on a symbolic link, it will output the actual file connected to the shortcut. You can add the K option to print more detailed information about the item. Chapter 11. Zip and unzip commands. Zipping and unzipping files is super easy with, you guessed it, zip and unzip. The zip command compresses one or multiple files into a zip archive, reducing their size. Here's the syntax. Zip options. Zip _file _name file 1 file 2. To extract a compressed file into your current working directory, use the unzip command like so. Unzip options zip _file _name. Chapter 12. Tar command. Tar is your packaging pro, bundling files together. It's like a virtual suitcase. The tar command bundles multiple files or directories into an archive without compression. The syntax looks as follows. Tar options. tar _file _name file 1 file 2. To create a new tar file, you must add the C option, then use the F flag to specify the archive's name. If you want to enable compression, add a specific option based on your preferred method. For example, the following will bundle file 1.txt and file 2.txt with the zip compression, tar. See fzarchive.tar.gee for 1.txt file 2.txt. Remember that the archive's file format will differ depending on the compression method. Regardless of the extension, you can unpack a tar file using this syntax, tar options, tar _file _name. Chapter 13. Need to edit some text? Nano, Vi, and Jed are your text editors of choice. Nano, Vi, and Jed commands let you edit files. They have the same syntax except at the beginning, where you specify the name of the tool, nano/vi/jed file _name. If the target file doesn't exist, these commands will create a new one. Since your system might not have these text processing utilities pre-installed, configure them using your package manager. We will explain the command in the apt and dnf command section. Chapter 14. Cat is your file reader, displaying content right in the terminal. It's like a digital newspaper. The concatenate or cat command has various usages. The most basic one is printing the content of a file. Here's the syntax. Cat file _name to print the content in reverse order. Use tac instead. If you add the standard output operator symbol, the cat command will create a new file. For example, the following will make file.txt cat file.txt. You can also use cat with the operator to combine the content of multiple files into a new item. In this command, file1.txt and file2.txt will merge into target.txt, cat file1.txt, file2.txt, target.txt. Chapter 15, Searching for Specific Text. Grep is your search engine, but for files. Global Regular Expression Print, or grep, lets you search specific lines from a file using keywords. It is useful for filtering large data like logs. The syntax looks as follows. Grep options keyword. File. You can also filter data from another utility by piping it to the grep command. For example, the following searches file.txt from the ls command's output. ls vertical bar grep file.txt. Chapter 16. Need to replace some text. SED is your find and replace tool, but way more powerful. Use the SED command to search and replace patterns in files quickly. The basic syntax looks like this. SED options. Subcommand /new _pattern /target _pattern input _file. You can replace a string in multiple files simultaneously by listing them. Here's an example of a cd command that changes red in colors.txt and hue.txt with blue, sed/red/blue, colors.txt hue.txt. Chapter 17. Just want to see the beginning of a file? Head will show you the first few lines. Use the head command to print the first few entries of a file. The basic syntax is as follows. Head options file _name. You can also print the first few lines of another command's output by piping it like so. Command vertical bar head options. By default, head will show the first 10 lines. However, you can change this setting using the n option followed by your desired number. Meanwhile, use C to print the first few entries based on the byte size instead of the line. Chapter 18, tail is like head, but for the end of a file. It's like reading the last page of a book. The tail command is the opposite of head, allowing you to print the last few lines from files or another utility's output. Here are the syntaxes. Tail options file _name command vertical bar tail options. The tail utility also has the same option as head. For example, we will extract the last 5 lines from the ping command's output. Ping c10.8.8.8.8 vertical bar tail. N5. Chapter 19, awk command. Awk is your data manipulation wizard, letting you process and extract information. The awk command searches and manipulates regular expression patterns in a file. Here's the basic syntax. awkwar /rejects pattern /action input _file.t. Although similar to SED, awk offers more operations beyond substitution, including printing, mathematical calculation, and deletion. It also lets you run a complex task with an if statement. You can run multiple actions by listing them according to their execution order separated by a semicolon. For example, this awk command calculates the average student score and print names that are above that threshold. Awk F. Total pluses $2, students $1 $2. End, average total, R length students. Print, average, print above average. For student in students, if student's a student. Average, print student score.txt. Title sort command. Need to sort some data? Sort does exactly that, keeping things organized. Use the sort command to rearrange a file's content in a specific order. Its syntax looks as follows. Sort options, file _name. Note that this utility doesn't modify the actual file and only prints the rearranged content as an output. By default, the sort command uses the alphabetical order from A to Z, but you can add the R option to reverse the order. You can also sort files numerically using the N flag. Title cut command. Cut lets you extract specific parts of text like a digital scalpel. The cut command selects specific sections from a file and prints them as a terminal output. The syntax looks like this. Cut options file. Unlike other Linux utilities, the cut command's options are mandatory for file sectioning. Here are some of the flags. F selects a specific row field. B cuts the line by a specified byte size. C sections the line using a specified character. D separates lines based on delimiters. You can combine multiple options for a more specific output. For example, this command extracts the third to fifth field from a comma-separated list. Cut DE. F3, 5list.txt. Need to compare two files? Diff highlights the differences. It's like a digital detective. T lets you split output to multiple destinations, like a digital splitter. Lost a file? Locate will find it for you. It's like a digital bloodhound. Find is like locate, but with more advanced search options. It's like a digital private investigator. Need admin privileges? Sudo gives you temporary root access. Use it wisely. Su lets you switch users, while whoami tells you who you are. It's like digital identity theft, but legal. Controlling file permissions is crucial, and chmod is your tool for the job. Changing file ownership is easy with chown. It's like transferring property deeds. Managing user accounts is a breeze with useradd, passwd, and userdel. Need to check disk space? DF gives you a detailed report. It's like a digital storage unit manager. Do shows you disk usage for specific directories. It's like a digital tape measure. Monitoring system performance is key, and top is your real-time dashboard. htop is like top on steroids, with more features and a user-friendly interface. PS gives you a snapshot of running processes. It's like a digital lineup. Need system information? Uname spills the beans on your Linux machine. Checking your hostname is as easy as typing hostname. It's like checking your digital address. Time lets you measure command execution time. It's like a digital stopwatch. Managing system services is crucial, and systemctl is your command center. The watch command lets you run commands repeatedly, monitoring changes. It's like a digital security camera. Managing background jobs is easy with the jobs command. It's like having a digital task manager. Terminating processes is sometimes necessary, and kill is your weapon of choice. The shutdown command is essential for safely shutting down or restarting your system. Think of it as pressing the power button, but with more control and grace. The ping command is your go-to network troubleshooter. It's a simple yet powerful tool that network administrators and IT professionals rely on daily. Whether you're diagnosing a slow connection or checking if a server is online, ping is indispensable. It checks connectivity by sending packets to a specified address and waiting for a response. When you ping a device, you're essentially asking, "Are you there?" The device replies, "Yes, I am," if it's reachable. This process helps identify network issues quickly. Imagine it as sending a digital smoke signal to see if anyone's out there. If the signal returns, you know the path is clear. If not, there might be a blockage or a disconnection. This simple command can save hours of troubleshooting by pinpointing where the problem lies in the network. Downloading files from the web becomes incredibly simple with the wget command. It's like having a digital courier fetching files for you with just a few keystrokes. Curl is your Swiss Army knife for web requests, handling various protocols. Securely copying files between systems is what SCP does best. It's like a digital armored truck. Sync is your synchronization expert, keeping files in sync. It's like a digital choreographer. Managing network interfaces is easy with IP. It's like your digital network administrator. Netstat gives you a detailed view of network connections. It's like a digital traffic monitor. Tracing network routes is what traceroute does. It's like a digital map, but for networks. NSLOOKUP is your DNS detective, resolving domain names. It's like a digital phone book. Dig is like NSLOOKUP, but with more advanced DNS querying options. Need to see your command history? History has got you covered. It's like a digital time machine. The man command is your manual reader, providing help for commands. It's like, well, a digital encyclopedia. The echo command lets you display text in the terminal. It's kind of like a digital megaphone. Creating symbolic links is easy with the ln command. It's like creating shortcuts for files. Alias lets you create shortcuts for commands, while unalias removes them. Need to check the calendar? Cal displays it right in your terminal. Managing packages is essential, and apt and DNF are your package managers of choice. And there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of Linux commands, exploring the ins and outs of the terminal. From basic navigation to more advanced scripting, we've covered a lot of ground. 60 essential Linux commands to level up your terminal game. Remember, practice makes perfect, and the more you use these commands, the more proficient you'll become. It's all about getting comfortable with the command line interface, which can seem daunting at first, but becomes second nature with time. So don't be afraid to experiment and explore. The Linux environment is incredibly versatile and powerful, offering endless possibilities for customization and optimization. Whether you're a developer, a system administrator, or just a tech enthusiast, mastering these commands will undoubtedly enhance your productivity and efficiency. If you found this video helpful, please consider supporting the channel. Your likes, shares, and subscriptions help us create more content like this. We strive to bring you the best tutorials and guides to make your tech journey smoother and more enjoyable. Hit that like button and subscribe for more tech goodness. We have a lot more exciting content planned, from deep dives into specific Linux distributions to tips and tricks for optimizing your workflow. And as always, let me know in the comments what other Linux commands you'd like to see covered in the future. Your feedback is invaluable and helps us tailor our content to your needs. Until next time, keep those terminals blazing. Peace. And remember, the world of Linux is vast and ever evolving, so stay curious and keep learning. There's always something new to discover and master.